I don't know if we can get the money that's getting tighter right now, but drip, drip, drip.
Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my!
Pants sagging, I'ma hem it like Bobby. Dark man from the belly like Tommy. Versatile with the paper like origami. All I get is bread like I can't afford the pastrami. Godly. A Paris Barashango when I hear the bongo. Fear the Cabo, carry hollows everywhere that I go. Gunshots sing and I can hear vibrato. The way I steer the Bronco, I'm compared to Tonto. Live theater Gonzo, fans cheering Bravo. Golden showers, better wear a poncho. I suffocate mankind when I wear the sacco. As a child, my only question was where did mom go?
Insecure actress Amanda Seales disagrees with white women kneeling to protest rape culture. Amanda Seales is responding to white women who have attempted to take a stand with women who are victims of sexual assault. The Insecure actress called out these women as another edition of her highly transparent Instagram story gems. She says, hold up, white women are kneeling to protest rape culture? Nah, where the F was y'all at when we was kneeling about police brutality? Where the F was y'all at when Cap was getting his ass handed to him because he was kneeling about police brutality in general? Where the F was y'all at? Where the F was y'all at when other white women were voting for Trump? Don't be out here kneeling for rape culture. Because the fact of the matter is you don't even have true intersectionality when you talk about rape culture. A lot of these MFers don't. Too many of them, any of these women, Republicans that voted for Kavanaugh, is another white woman on the F shit. It's y'all. White woman kneeling during the anthem to protest rape culture is hijacking a movement you took no risk for. You didn't kneel in solidarity to protest the murder of black people. Don't co-opt and make it about your victimization. That's white supremacy in the name of feminism. Now, Amanda says, a lot of brothers, when I told brothers I was having a show, they was like, yeah, you know, her and Tariq got a big, Tariq Nasheed, we all know Hidden Colors, got a big misunderstanding, and he talks about her playing this, you know, this feminist agenda, this feminist role. So, I don't know about that. What I know about is what she's talking about with white feminism. I know about all the shows we have done in the past, and it seems to be wrapped up into this show today, whether it's feminism, whether it's Kaepernick fulfilling his role, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's rape culture, whether it's white men doing what they do, but it's a lot of topics wrapped into one. My brothers, what do you think about Amanda Seales coming at these white women who choose to kneel just as Colin Kaepernick did?
I mean, you know, somebody has to say something, you know, so why wouldn't it be an appropriate voice like Amanda Seales, who's very outspoken? She gets accused a lot of feminism, but she has a lot of perspectives that come with, you know.
Sis, please, we on set.
Hold on.
I got it. I already got it. Okay.
Please, y'all. Thank you.
I know.
With Amanda Seales already being outspoken, already being accused of quote-unquote feminism on, you know, many accounts, at least somebody is able to make a level of a demarcation line and a divide between what's considered quote-unquote white feminism and quote-unquote black feminism. You know what I'm saying? As it applies to saying white women categorically were the most marginalized group in this country per se, based on the fact of what we spoke about earlier, you know, in the last lecture that we did, when we did the Kavanaugh lecture. You know, the only person in this country categorically with rights are white male property owners, all right? And then after they came with the 13th Amendment and supposedly gave the Negro, you know what I'm saying, afforded him his level of rights, that didn't include white women.
Nope.
You dig what I'm saying?
They mamas.
They mamas. She didn't get her uppance until later on, so she already has a gripe with her son to begin with.
Facts.
So here she goes saying, wow, well, you guys is putting on for the Negro, you know what I'm saying? Let me get beside the Negro. You dig what I'm saying? And co-op his situation. Whereas when we even step back and look at integration, we look at the forerunners or the figures of integration. Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, Quincy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put OJ. I don't want to put OJ was around that time, but he wasn't
Later on,
He wasn't active. I don't want to put Dick Gregory in that particular fold, but he did it. His comments came in the Playboy Grotto. So when I look at integration, I just see that it just legalized black men fornicating with white women. That's the only thing that changed. You know what I'm saying? So they used her as a trophy to pitch to niggas to get them to come into the burning house. That's the only trophy that they received from integration. As Claude Anderson says, nothing else moved one iota if you look at the statistics.
Nothing changed.
The only thing that changed is you no longer swinging from a tree to have her swinging from your tree.
Tell them again.
Woo! Okay.
Bars.
Oh shit. Blue, did you just say that? Say that, Blue.
The only thing that changed is you no longer are swinging from a tree from having her swing on your tree. So, her thing is, okay, I'm going to come in here and utilize this particular platform of minority rights, right? Anybody that's into government contracting, you know how ambiguous that particular term is. You dig what I'm saying? And you know how women have fit themselves into that particular category to receive the benefits that have been allocated to minorities by way of civil rights.
That's right.
So, when we see the finish of the finishing of that level of usurping, then we see the other usurping coming by way of the LBGT community. You know what I'm saying? And Negroes are left with what at the end of the day in terms of their rights, or the fact that they have to constantly be reminded in public, you have no friends or no allies. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that a woman amongst the ranks, one of our own, you dig what I'm saying, has peeped game and stepped up and put her neck on the chopping block. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Amanda Seales is very outspoken. As long as I've known her, she's been outspoken. So, you know, we should stand by her making this level of, you know, blowing the trumpet and putting the spotlight where it needs to be shown.
What I picked up in this whole Amanda Seales white feminism rant is what our brother Tariq Nasheed was trying to hip her to in the beginning. That all we're witnessing is, you know, life, and all we're witnessing is the predictions that were already levied on her come to pass.
She had to learn it the hard way.
She had to learn the hard way. Now she's looking goofy. I'm surprised that you're surprised, huh?
Big goofy?
Big goofy. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that you're surprised. So those of us who know get to sit back and gaggle and laugh at her because she's online saying, oh, white feminists, where were you at? Where you think they was at? Stop it. You playing a lot of games right now. As somebody who was so-called studying history, they was never riding for you. They were never there for you, and they always, like Blue said, have usurped the moment. So there is no such thing as black feminism if you're not down with quote-unquote white superiority or upholding the quote-unquote system. Who gave birth to the system? The Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR. Those are the mamas, and the Masons is the ma sons. The mother is who they ride for. It's mama that they riding for. They're doing what they do in this system to uphold the system, to do what? To protect the white woman, to never put her in servitude or in chains the way that she was when she was on the Barbary Coast or the Iberian Peninsula when they were selling her. So that's not your fight. So at the end of the day, once again, the black woman has been duped, and they have been utilized for their energy. They've been utilized for their quote-unquote likeness and their struggle. And once again, she's stuck out there in the rain asking questions. What are you doing? What do you think they're doing? They don't care about you. If they never showed up to protest the quote-unquote system eating your sons, then why would they care about you? The joke is on you. You look stupid and goofy.
The brother obviously knows more about the specific topic than I do, because I'm not hip to Amanda Seales' involvement in the latest, you know, conversation surrounding feminism. But I do remember the day after Trump took office on 120 when they had the Women's Rights March, right? And they went to Washington. You know, I remember the sisters in the crowd having all of the placards up saying, and the signs saying, What about our sons?
And white women voted for Trump.
And white women was like,
what about holding it down?
And they got no rap whatsoever.
Yeah.
They ain't got no rhythm. They got no traction on that argument. No feedback. No answers. No momentary time on the podium.
No, I get right back.
None of that.
Yeah. And then they accuse the sisters of trying to usurp this march with your Negro issues. Anytime you talk about anything with a phallus, it's goddamn it, you bringing your dirty laundry to what we out here doing. But it's your sons, white women, it's your husband, it's your grandfathers, it's all of them that came out of your cave, wreaking havoc and creating this quote unquote, don't blame no patriarchy. It's called white men. Stop trying to give these titles
toxic masculinity.
These toxic masculinity. Stop with the bullshit. White man. It's your sugar daddies. It's white zaddy. It's Salt Bay. It's all of them. That's the system. And it's their mothers and it's their wives who pat them on the back and put guns in their hands and raise them up to do what? Never allow these niggas to do what they did centuries ago. Like Blue was talking about, the doctrine of discovery. Like Blue was talking about an election that he just did on your channel. You understand? With Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand, that whole campaign where they took over the world in the name of the crown, in the name of the cross, was to stop black Africans from going up inside of these Beckys. Facts. They wanted to reverse what was known as the Dark Ages, like Bobby Hemmett translated to us. The Dark Ages also meant when they were darkening Europe, or AKA the browning of America that's taking place today. So what is the rallying cry of the white inferiority fragilicist? You will not replace
diversity is white genocide.
Yes, you would not replace us. Blood and soil, you know what I'm talking about? 14 letters, all of that is dealing with genetics. All of that, you would not replace us. Replace who? And who is you and who is us?
Why are they invoking the same argument that was invoked in 1492 during those particular times? Because it's a continuation of the same campaign. Now, I'm not gonna super duper exhaust myself to give you another 4-hour lecture to explain that to you. Do the goddamn
That's for Patreon.
research.
That's for Patreon.
That's what Patreon was built for. You know what I mean? Fear of a black mamba. Fear of a black phallus. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we dealing with. So, the Amber Roses with they slut walks. You know what I'm talking about? This white feminist movement, all of that is cancer. Once again, like I said, you see white blood, you see white cancerous, you see white blood cells show up in a what? In a body that's what? Acidic, where the immune system is compromised. Right. You see white gentrifiers show up in what? Dilapidated, cancerous, quote unquote, acidic communities that have been dilapidated and compromised. You see these feminist movements show up when what? Things have been compromised. So because we're inside of this deaf culture, because we're inside of this hip hop, misogynistic, quote unquote, hyper masculine culture that was basically crafted by the small hats, once again, this window is open for these people to come in and manipulate the impressionable minds of women that are being abused and that are being, quote unquote, talked down to, that are being devalued and diminished inside a dying carcass inside of this culture. So the culture gotta change. The culture gotta get healed. The culture gotta get alkalized once again, or you're gonna continue to see the spiraling.
Anybody that shows up with a shoulder for you to cry on, you're going to pledge your loyalty.
You are.
So they was able to dupe and bring a lot of them in. You feel me? And that's not me minimizing the issues that have led our sisters to the ledge. You know what I'm saying? And then the feminists come and talk them down, and they console them, and they give them that shoulder, and then they start filling them up with the talking points like Candace did to Kanye.
Facts. So once
You're
again,
referring to Candace Owens, my friend?
Yeah.
Candace Owens? Okay.
Red Pill Black. Red Pill Black is her handle. You know what I'm talking about? So like Amanda Seals, you know what I mean, having her Kanye moment with white feminists, like I'm not there. I don't even have time for that. You know what I mean? Have a fucking seat. You know what I mean? Because you were warned by people who are smarter and more knowledgeable to you. You should have did the research. Therefore, you would have facts to drop. It was all emotion in that clip. You didn't bring no facts. You didn't really come with the smoke. You know what I'm talking about? Your shit was non-smoke. You was in a non-smoking section asking, basically, trying to appeal.
Non-smoking section.
Yeah, he was in a non-smoking section trying to appeal to white feminists, and they're gonna wash you. They're gonna take it to the pen and they're gonna wash you. They play the way that they punish you is behind the scenes. They're gonna dry up some of your deals and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? They're gonna dry up your proactive deal and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're gonna do to you. So what I'm saying is, you should be a little bit more knowledgeable about the people who you cross us for. And I'm only saying it like that because you coming against the black male principle, the only person who will protect you in these streets.
Well, you know, me and Blue in Brooklyn, I forgot in front of what mural. We was talking about Jamel Hill. I don't know, it might be becoming a trend where I guess a lot of women feel as though heterosexual black males are the enemy. People feel as though Jamel Hill, we was defending her when ESPN suspended her for Trump comments, but I think she's on record saying heterosexual black males are the white men of the black race.
She ran with a talking point, again, provided to her by a homosexual black man who was dealing with what? His infusion of feminist talking points.
Right.
So she just got tainted by that, and you know, she ran with it for whatever reason. I don't remember all of the specifics to that particular case, but like I said, it's not to minimize what brings those sisters to the ledge, because those things that she's talking about, those talking points that was fed to her,
they exist.
They exist, and those are the things that are pushing the sisters to the ledge. Correct. So we're not gonna pretend like they don't exist. You dig what I'm saying?
They have validity.
There's a level of validity. You know what I'm saying? But that's where communication comes in.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Once again, to paint a whole generation, to paint a whole demographics, to paint all of these black fathers, all of these black husbands, all of these black men who are doing good by themselves and then vicariously by those who love them and their loved ones around them. That is being quote unquote. They don't get no press. They don't get no love. They don't get no lookouts. What I'm saying is this. Once again, people are inside of what is known as a cesspool of hurt people who are more than willing to hurt other people. People are now trapped inside of an echo chamber, but this echo chamber is toxic. How dare you talk about black toxic males when the whole black males in the LBG movement, them niggas ain't toxic. The whole, everything that's built off of the shit that comes out of their mouth is toxicity. All they do is make fun of everybody else. So that's not black toxic males. A nigga in high heels is not toxic. I'm just saying, is that not toxic? Is his brain not acidic? So I don't want to hear your rhetoric. Those talking points are moot. They don't stand. They don't have any validity where we're standing. So if a black man hurts you, you cannot indict the whole goddamn black men who decide that they don't want to be confused in their sexuality and try to demonize them, because you got a whole group of other men that's doing your hair and nails and they don't even want to rock with the opposite. But that's not toxic. You don't see a problem in that. Like, what are you talking about? So once again, the lexicon is backwards. You understand? You have unintelligent people talking to other unintelligent people on smartphones. That should be a crime. You know what I mean? And then this shit, it gets broadcasted, and then and society is so dumbed down that they eat this fast food. They eat all of this GMO food. They eat all of this stuff that people are selling them. Yeah, it's not real.
Do I need to remind you? Trump's president.
It's not real. It's not conducive to any kind of healing. If you're not coming in love, if you're not coming to heal, if you're not coming with facts, give me the percentage of black men that are toxic. I'm not denying that exists. These niggas out here is sick to their mind. But give me the percentage. Stop saying everybody. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's a broad stroke and an indictment on heterosexuality.
Can't do that.
Come on now.
Because the subtleties in that, we know what the subtleties are. We're not dumb, we're not blind. The subtleties in that is, you can get with this, or you can get with that. You gotta do with a lace front standing next to you when you talk about toxic male sexuality and toxic heterosexuals. So therefore, you're inferring that the only one who can sit at the table with you is RuPaul? What are you telling our babies? What are you telling? So you're telling somebody, I'm not even gonna get deep into it. I just think that that's disingenuous. If you're an auntie, if you're a mother, if you're a grandmother, if you're a, what's her name? If you're a Bernice Burgle, what's her name? If you're a granny, a gilf, like, yeah, if you're a gilf, you have to be more responsible. You have to be more responsible. You have to be more, less, you know what I mean? Stop indicting everybody because you have somebody who basically treated you in a way where you may have woke up feeling devalued or aka, you know, commonly known as a thought.
Right. And once again, like I said, if we live, right, in this fishbowl that was created from domination and conquest, okay? And like I said, if the demarcation line has been integration, which was relatively this long ago, because we're not putting time into perspective. I explained that 526 years ago was from 1492. That's nothing in the scope of time.
Right, nothing.
So when you're talking about integration in the 60s, we get hip hop in the 70s, and now we're here. You dig what I'm saying?
Like Quincy is here still. I'm just putting it in
let's put it in perspective.
When Quincy was popping, they couldn't even sit at the counter. They couldn't sleep in white hotels. He was cooking still.
We talking
Quincy
about
is still here.
Right? I refer to Dick Gregory as the Book of Negroes. Why? I said he's a pinky toe removed from slavery because he said, look, his parents and them was sharecroppers, and you feel me? Like they could tell him the stories. It was still real. It hasn't been that long ago, fam. You're allowing these people to hit you on the shoulders, tap you on the shoulders, and rub you on the head and talk about, you need to forget about that. That was 500 years. No!
It really wasn't.
It was not 500 years ago. We're not talking about Jim Crow, Reconstruction, black codes.
Revisionists.
Revisionists, crack cocaine, mass incarceration. So we here now, right? You like 5 years removed from this shit. You're not even removed from it. Because now we're dealing with the trauma of an afflicted society that had to deal with 8 years of a melanated president. You dig what I'm saying? So there's victim trauma, and then there comes trauma from the oppressor, who's like, oh shit, these people are waking up fearful, terrified every single day, and it's causing traumatic experiences. So we live in this entire society that was initially based and you know, built off of domination and conquest. So when the melanated man fully integrates into the power structure, because when you integrate, one thing is going to shift towards the other. The white man never came towards you and got nothing during integration. Now he's coming for your woman. That's the only trophy that he wants.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Wait. You wanted motherfucking Cadillacs with white walls and spinning shiny rims and everything else that shines. And you fully integrated to that. That's where hip hop was, the litmus test of your full integration. So now here we are at full inter-fucking-gration.
Post Malone.
So, you dig what I'm saying? There's a trade-off that's taking place. And the melanated man has categorically become more European, more so than the European. When the foreigner comes here, he says there's nobody more American than this black motherfucker.
So when you integrated, they didn't come and work for you. They didn't come to the mom and pops in Harlem. They didn't come to sit at the motherfucking counter with you. You got integrated into their system. You were so the proverbial white milk got poured into the coffee. And what did that cause? The coffee to weaken. They did not atone. They did not come in. They did not take a shower. They did not apologize. They did not come into your community to make it better. You came into their community after they were smacking, spitting, and pissing on you. You understand?
Hanging you.
And hanging you. And nobody paid for that. But you integrated with them.
That's not toxic, right? That's not toxic. A nigga cutting off genitals and walking them through and putting them in fucking pickle mason jars. That's not toxic masculinity. And the whole family was raised off that. And the babies of that are now on the Supreme Court.
Facts.
That's not toxic,
That's
right?
not toxic. You know what I'm saying? That's not
So,
toxic.
Like I said, we're looking at this particular phase where a level of full integration has come into place and men are no longer men. You know what I'm saying? Melanated men are no longer standing on the standards which makes them unique to the planet. They become somebody else.
You become Roman.
So, you become Roman.
When in Rome.
So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at that and we're calling it all of these fancy things, but how are we gonna deal with it directly? You gotta call it what it is.
You know what I mean?
Once we
Black
diagnose
Romans.
then we could treat it.
Black Romans, you know what I'm saying? Black Greeks, you know what I mean? The patron saint of Germany.
And I told you, no, in election, Thomas Aquinas,
Facts.
the forger of the just war, philosophy, he
Yes,
was North
Jesuits.
African. He was a North African. There's been mad Roman Africans, okay? Because your terms are totally muddled, you don't understand how they could be a Roman African. Same way that you don't understand how they could be a Roman American.
That's right. See what I'm talking about? That's right. Because American or American does not denote nationality. The same way a Roman does not denote nationality. There were Romans that were blue-black. Saint Maurice and all of them. The patron saint of Germany. You niggas are Saint Maurice in it. Okay? You're Greco-Romans in America. Look in the fucking mirror and come to terms with that. You're not African. There's nothing aboriginal, indigenous. Your integration into Rome has made you niggas Romans. And it's a horrible sight to see. You dig what I'm saying? It is a horrible, it doesn't fit you the right way to try to be other than. So therefore, like Blue says, our men are not who they used to be. And they will never be who they once were unless they return back to who they used to be and then they honor their mothers and their fathers. If you're trying to be like Serapis, if you're trying to emulate, quote unquote, Michelangelo's uncle, if you're trying to emulate your oppressor and whatnot, you already are defeated. There's nothing that we can do with you. You're done. You're done. You're gonna beat up your women, abuse them, give diseases to them, hate on them, leave them hanging dry, not honor them, not protect them, come up with every excuse in the world to talk down to them because you want to please these niggas at your label. You want to please the small hats because they patted you in the ass and gave you a loan. Astaghfirullah on all of them. But we're not going to allow,
like I said, full level of integration. Where has the melanated woman integrated towards? Straight hair, blonde wigs, 6-inch, 12-inch heels, or what have you. You know, everything that is categorically identified with what they consider the power structure, right? His woman, and then where does the brother gravitate towards? His woman. You dig what I'm saying? So if we're identifying it for what it is, let's stop finger pointing and calling things all of these fancy names. Let's deal with it exactly for what it is.
Because, yeah, and we have to have that conversation about the white woman power structure, because y'all keep putting it on a white man. No, it's the white woman, it's mama. That's who these that's who these black women are trying to look like and be. You don't really see too many brothers trying to look like white men. Niggas ain't getting blue contacts like that. I don't see too many niggas with blonde hair plugs. But our women want to be just like those women, and our men are chasing behind the cave. Facts. So y'all running behind what you perceive as the most powerful people in America, like I said, and it's these Beckys.
Even in religion, when you look at the most sanctified person in Christianity outside of the Pope,
Mary.
It's not Christ, it's Mary. Okay? She has no counterpart. You could talk black Jesus all you want. Where's your black Madonna though?
You don't raise her up.
Yeah, you keep pointing to these reliefs and you know, the Pope, he has a black Madonna in the back.
That's Madonna with a tan, my nigga. That's her on the Iberian Peninsula getting olive.
Right. But there's no counterpart to the black. You can't even say ISIS in public, my nigga. You feel me? So you need to cut it out. And you need to understand in terms of what her position is and how she's sanctified. You dig what I'm saying? And all of that imagery, all of that symbolism seeps deep into people's subconscious. And that's the way that they playing this shit.
Facts. Super facts. So, yeah. Hold this L. You know what I mean? We ain't buying it. Stop asking white women why they doing what they do before they really tell you why they doing what they doing. Put you in your place. You're not coming with no smoke. Try again. Come with some facts. Stop pledging allegiance. Stop standing next to and stop trying to be their equal. They don't fuck with you like that. Y'all watch too much Sex in the City. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all trying to be like Carrie and all of them. They don't got nothing to do with you. No white women in their movement got anything whatsoever. They don't have no relationship. They don't have nothing in common with the black woman and their striving or their strike or their struggle, whatever the fuck you want to identify. The way that they raise their kids, the way that they cook, the extra elbow that they cook with, none of that.
The way that they pass down wealth.
The way that they
watching The View too much, goddammit.
Y'all watching The View too much, trying to emulate that which does not serve you properly. Stop it. Stop it. And stop pledging allegiance to a movement that the CIA helped create. Feminism. But you see what it did to us already. But y'all want to turn the cheek. You want to turn a blind eye to that. You want to act as if that shit has empowered you because you niggas could go work at Barney's or, you know what I'm saying, Goldman Sachs. No, that was the work that we put in. How about that? That don't got nothing to do with Gloria Steiner. None of them whatsoever. Gloria Estefan, I don't give a fuck. None of them. They don't have nothing to, they hate what comes from your womb. They hate the men that stand next to you. They want to hook you up with Brad, who is a trisexual. They don't really, you know what I mean? They want you to have an Obama. They're trying to encourage you to compromise your genetics because of the time that's ticking. Stop falling for it. Y'all looking real goofy in these streets. I'm about to give y'all passes to go to Disney World for free. And that's it. The only option that we have left on the table is what? Our women getting back with the right men, not any man. You know what I'm talking about? Because you can raise these niggas from the sleeping dead. You can raise them up. The same way, if I could raise up a brother from the goddamn shallow grave and have them transform them lives and do well for themselves, how you telling me that the black woman can't? And you the first teacher.
She sets the standards.
You set the standards. You can have the shooters shooting. You can have computers computing. God damn it. It's all in your power. You just got to get yourself right, because you know how these niggas are. They like, yo, that's a crime. I don't believe you. That's what they say. They like all that Hotep shit ain't nothing after 10 p.m.
And look, yeah, let's also be very clear, because these conversations have been stemming from, you know, the brother Rich had a live stream the other day and he was talking about parenting. He was talking about, you know, the woman carries this baby for 9 months. The woman got to push that baby out. That's a harrowing experience. If, you know, if the man is not there to properly protect her and guide that, you know what I'm saying, and put that protectorate around her. Exactly. It's an assault. They're coming for that baby. Roman's coming for that baby.
Roman's coming for the firstborn.
From the door, right? The whole birthing process, just like I said, how they read the decree from the child. She has to provide safety for that child. She has to breastfeed for that child. She got to do mad things. And she's not receiving the support out here that she deserves. So no, this is not just a referendum to say, oh, black feminism is no thing and they don't have no points and they need to hang it up in X, Y, and Z. There still needs, of course, to be some sort of conversation. Something needs to happen where her grievances at least can be heard. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be heard.
Of course.
And, you know, brothers need to really understand the weight that this woman is carrying. Like, you need to replace that picture of Atlas holding up the fucking globe and put a melanated sister there.
That's right, that's right. And in no terms are we trying to talk down or downplay the struggle or downplay the trauma or downplay what the sisters are going to. All I'm saying is we don't have too many allies.
We need each other.
We don't have too many allies. How could you go to war with somebody standing next to them who don't know your plight? They cannot relate. The shit that they're going through with their men, with their sons, with their husbands who've been dragging them from caves and brutalizing them and doing all kind of stuff and all kind of weird shit for centuries, that's not your fight. That's not your fight. Unless you planning on moving in and basically starting a family with them, that's not your fight. You can't fight against us. We need to fight together because we got work to do. And to be honest with you, I feel like this whole thing has been usurped. We're picking up on a war that already was declared in the 70s when this movement was basically infiltrated. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Who woke people up a lot was the grassroots movements on the internet. The grassroots movements on the internet is what hit people to this feminist game, man.
It was a resurrection of something that died out after
Black Twitter.
Black Twitter resurrected that. You know what I'm talking about? Black Twitter resurrected that. I won't call YouTube. I won't call Instagram. I won't even call Facebook. That's a Black Twitter egregor. Meaning that's a Black Twitter thought form. Meaning that's a Black Twitter spirit form or a Black Twitter demon, a demon that has basically dealt with all kind of propaganda, and it has usurped and it has gotten in the way of a progression of a people that, you know what I mean, that we were heading in the direction of enlightening and uplifting our people and whatnot. Then they came with that fuck shit. All of that is called propaganda. 90% of war is deception. So they're coming through with a lot of propaganda, and like I say, hurt people. So we're not neglecting what's going on, but we're saying that you could get healing, right? You could get your resolve. You could get answers. You could get atonement from these men or these brothers or your sons or your fathers or whoever may have been instrumental, and other women who may have been instrumental in basically putting you in a situation or a shallow grave that you may find yourself in. But the way to do that is working with each other. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna just leave it at that. You feel me? Patreon /Red Pillar. Third Eye Thursdays, Melanin Mondays on Phil T. Moreland, the YouTube channel. Go and check out the Shifters @Shifters_ on Instagram. Sign up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Athletics. Shout out to my brothers at Athletics @AFR_ Letics, LETICS. Check my brothers out. You know what I mean? Salute to them. They doing big things and whatnot. Yeah.
MyPowerPieces.com, SoulGoldBiz.com. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how it feels to get these testimonials rolling in and people is telling me in real time how this product works. And I have my own testimonial. I'm not only a client, I'm the president, but I had got a headache one day. You know, I had some Hennessy Black, I'm not saying from who. We were celebrating, and the next morning I wake up with a headache. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me finally try this gold out and see if it alleviates the headache the way that I was told. 15 minutes later, I was Gucci. You feel me? Benadryl candy. And I was looking at TV and they was talking about Bill Cosby was using Benadryl, you know, blue pills to knock out women and rape them. I'm like, I don't want none of that. Yeah, I don't want none of that. I'm gonna stick with this Soul Gold. SOLEGOLDBIZ.com. All right? Holla at my brother, Copper Child.
I Skate New York on Instagram.
I Skate NY, right?
Yeah, the letter I.
Yeah, the letter
Skate
I,
NY.
Skate NY on IG.
Twin Pillar.
Hit them up. TwinTheAlbum.com for that monumental project. That double CD that's still causing waves in these streets.
Yeah.
Hey.
Peace.
All right.
I don't know if you can get the money back in Canada right now, but drip.
Yeah, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my!
Pants sagging, I'ma hem it like Bobby. Dark man from the belly like Tommy. Versatile with the paper like origami. All I get is bread like I can't afford the pastrami. Godly. A Paris Barashango when I hear the bongo. Fear the Cabo, carry hollows everywhere that I go. Gunshots sing and I can hear vibrato. The way I stare the Bronco, I'm compared to Tonto. Live theater Gonzo, fans cheering Bravo. Golden showers, better wear a poncho. I suffocate mankind when I wear the sacco. As a child, my only question was where did mom go?